What's going on, Will? I see you're busy chatting. Hey, Rattle Trap, what's going on, Will? How you doing? Let me turn this down. There we go. All right. Jackson Outdoors, how you doing? Greenhead, what's going on? Craig, what's going on? Y'all have a good split? Y'all have a good first split? I'd have to say mine was about usual. I've had a good season so far, so I'm not fairly. Yo, Josh, what's up? Oh man, so how's everybody doing? Randy Nettles, what's going on? So how'd you so everybody tell me about your first season? I know like Arkansas, South Carolina, North Carolina. We all had a first season. We're now in the split. Let me know how y'all did. Just type it in the comments how your season went. We killed plenty three-man limits. Ducks ain't here yet. Someone got shot at the hole we were hunting the day before. Wow. Arkansas boys don't play. Yeah, they had a heck of a fist fight down on Lake Moultrie, from what I understand. It's on the internet. It was all over the place the other day. Down here where I'm at. Oh, where'd he go? I got too many notebooks around here. 19 ducks and 8 geese total. Cool. That Maggie Williams girl on TikTok got shot at for cheating the hole on the Cache River. Oh man. I don't know who Maggie Williams is, but okay. Well, being this is the first split, let's see here 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Okay. Hey, Charles. I'm not going off of what I do this year. I'm going off of what Bougie retrieves. And her log right now is so far this year 23 doves and 10 ducks. That is Bougie's count right now. So I'm happy. I'm happy so far. 9-month-old pup. Yep, I'm good. I'm happy with her. I'm gonna try to get her. My goal for her this year is 100 birds, and that's total bird. That's ducks, doves, quail, whatever we. I want 100 good retrieves from her, and so right now we have 33 retrieves, and she's 9 months old, and we're only in what coming in the last week of February of November. So I'm really happy with her. How about Red, Craig? How many retrieves have he made so far? Let's see here. We got Will is in here if he's still here. Rattle Trap Fishing's in here. Jackson Meador Outdoors. How you doing? First time I've seen that name. So tell us where you're from, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Got Craig in here. Josh. I don't know which Josh this is, so you can kind of help me out that way. I know several Joshes. Tell me where you're from. You don't know for sure. Got to look it up. Okay. Well, if you're new in here, welcome. Rattle Trap, I know where y'all from. Yo, Cody, what's up? Is it icing up there yet? But if, like I said, if you're new here, welcome in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. It helps the algorithm. Cody Douglas, Georgetown, South Carolina. How you doing, Cody? Hope you had a good split. Actually, we're going to talk a little bit about Georgetown County here in a little bit. As soon as I can find the email. Wow. I never pulled the trigger. About to watch MNF. What is MNF? Never pulled the trigger. We had some ducks in my pond the 2 mornings we went, and only seen 10 ducks on the river, and a game warden. But my 7-year-old killed his first duck Thanksgiving morning. Yeah, you sent me the picture, man. I hope he's listening. Good job, young man. Monday Night Football. Why in the world would you want to go watch that when you can be here listening to me yell and scream at the DNR here? I hear the Tiffany Hole in Arkansas has been shooting out 8-man limits every morning, but the most we ever killed was a 6-man. Well, I tell you what, if you'll do me a favor, and I know these places are probably known to you guys, But we try not to give out locations on here because people are cyber scouting. So I'd hate to get somebody in here and get all hollering and carrying on because somebody mentioned something about something and nobody was told not to say it. So I don't, you never hear, I mean, you'll hear me mention the lake. You'll hear me mention Georgetown or different WMAs, but I'm mentioning them because of how bad they are right now and how bad they have been. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on. Right now, we're just going to be just chatting, seeing how everybody did how their first season went. Ours, I think mine went. I mean, you got to understand. I've been chasing since September. We tried the teal, didn't work out. Tried the geese in September, didn't work out. We got on the doves, so I was happy about that. October, we had warm weather. Nothing you can do about warm weather. If you know the hole I'm talking about, you're either a local or hunt with locals. Yeah. Hey Amanda, how you doing? October, the first split in October, the first little mini season. It was warm. Yeah, I mean there were some ducks there, but not like it was last year. We did manage what 2 mallards, 2 or 3 teal, a couple of pintails out of there. There I was, 5 minutes behind the stream again. The second mini season in October, I didn't pull the trigger. As a matter of fact, it was so hot I didn't even go. And it's just been warm. I think the cold weather has finally got here. I mean, it was nice today. Finally, I hunted 2 days during the Thanksgiving season. I hunted opening day, of course, and then I hunted Thanksgiving Day. I didn't pull the trigger opening day. Thanksgiving Day, we shot 5. I wanted to go the next day, but I had some things I needed to take care of. And then Saturday was that's when we did our Thanksgiving was Saturday. Neighbor took the bread out of the cabinet this year. Hunt Ready, what's up? How you doing? Welcome in. W6. Man, I ain't seen you in a coon's age. How you doing? If I missed anybody, I apologize. But welcome in. Like I said, if you're new here and you haven't put something in the chat room, if you're brand new to here, tell me where you're from and maybe a little quick synopsis of how your season went. Seen where 2 banded woodies were killed around me this year. One was banded in 2017 in Michigan. Wow. Looks like I'm drinking out of a paper towel roll. I like this cup. This is an East Coast Waterfowl cup that I got at the Palmetto Sportsman's Classic in Columbia this year. And I'm telling you, it had a top to it. I don't know where the top went, but this thing holds ice pretty good, man. Even without the top, it does. Homegrown outdoors. Hey, man, what's going on? It has been a while since you've been on my live. Doing good. Been working too dang much. Yep, me too. Me too. But like I said, Saturday we had our Thanksgiving Saturday, so I didn't hunt then. Bottom looked like a paper towel roll. First week was the best I ever had. Limits of mallards, and we hit 70s for the next couple of weeks. Finally dropped temp Saturday with a couple inches of snow. Cool beans. My buddy out in Utah, Keith from Salt Creek, they've been doing okay. But my buddy that was used to was on a lot of my earlier videos. He is in Idaho, and he has been doing real. I get pictures. He sends me pictures almost every other day. Limits of mallards, limits of geese. They got on the snow geese today, I believe. So they've been doing real good hunting out there. Let's see here. Garrett shot his first canvas back yesterday. Oh, wow. Cool. This was the best first split I've had. No limits, but the birds worked. Dude, that's awesome. We had the October season, the birds worked real well. I think they did. For what we saw and what we shot, I think the birds did work real well. Thanksgiving morning, we had a lot of flybys. It was a wood duck hunt. It always is. It's one of those places. That's all we're going to shoot is wood ducks. But they would fly by us, and we'd hit the calls and hit the jerk strings, and those birds would turn. It's crazy. I know people say you can't call a wood duck in. I hear it all the time, but I'm telling you can. We proved it again on Thanksgiving Day. I'm sick and tired of running GoPros, guys. I cannot get enough light to show you what these birds were doing. The GoPros just don't do it. So help me to help y'all. I am going to go with Tacticam. They're little cameras, little action cameras. Most people put them on the end of the gun barrels, but they can be used as a POV type camera. And I'm going to start using them hopefully soon. It's all about the money. Say, Jay, how you doing? So help me to help y'all and get the word out to watch some videos, man. It's y'all know this. And I hate asking about this stuff because it really just irritates me when I do it. The only way you make money on YouTube is through ads. And if nobody's watching your videos, then you don't get any money from the ads. It's how it works. But I had 3 GoPros set up last Thursday, and you couldn't see nothing. And you can't run a big camera and try to shoot and call and work a dog all at the same time. So I am, hopefully, God willing, the river don't rise, I'm going to get some Tacticams and set them up. They allow more light in, so you can get those low light conditions and you can see a whole lot better. It's been my problem, main reason, videos later, working hard on a big camera. I think it's a specific model homegrown, but I've had enough of it. Hey Ted, how's it going? I've had enough of it with the GoPros, to be quite honest. Craig Bryant, how you doing, man? Welcome in. I've actually had enough of it. You can't get. I mean, if it's good and clear outside, or even if it's overcast, as long as there's light outside, it's good. But those low light conditions, that first flight, right at shooting time, you just can't get anything. Unless your camera's pointed straight up, you're not gonna get anything. You're blessed. Good, awesome. So here we go on that. So hopefully, soon I'll be getting some more Tacticams, getting little mounts, and that way I can mount them just like I would mount a GoPro, and run it just like I run the GoPros. Um, and the cool thing is if you get the remote, you can actually you can turn all your cameras on and off using the remote, and yeah. Um, Save on battery life, unless you're doing an external battery on them and just letting them run constant. But and that's another thing I need to get is a remote. I've found that out. So I've got 3 GoPros. I don't know what I'm probably going to throw them across the highway or something. I don't know, man. To me, they're just. I guess they're good. They're good for certain applications, but for that early morning when you really need it, it just ain't worth a toot. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Ron, how's it going? I'm sorry you snuck in on me. I didn't see you. All right. Got some information. I have 2, and it's too much work for me to make a video. Yeah. Got a couple of emails today, and about the wildlife management areas here in South Carolina. That's what we're getting ready to go to. So, if you've been following my channel, you know I've done a couple of videos and referenced some videos that Adventures with Marsh put out. And we're going to continue to talk about it. And the last couple of times we've had live streams, I was telling y'all that we need to contact our South Carolina General Assembly. I know that a lot of you in here are not from South Carolina. Doesn't matter. You can still contact them. You can, because if you ever wanted to come here and duck hunt for whatever reason, there's no reason to, because there's no ducks, and the state's losing a lot of money and revenue, throughout gas, food, the whole 9 yards. But there's no duck. The reason there's no ducks is because of the wildlife management areas have degraded so much over the past 13 years. Major breaks in the dike systems at Samworth are just now starting to be somewhat repaired. But let me give you some numbers real quick. Waterfowl harvest on 5 major Category 1 wildlife management areas have decreased 64% over the past 13 years. 0 ducks have been harvested on Georgetown County's 3 Category 1 WMAs over the past 4 years. 90% of Georgetown County WMAs were not flooded for the season opener. No water, no ducks. We all know that. Bear Island, WMA, in the Ace Basin is down 52% over the past 13 years. We need to email the General Assembly now before we totally lose the waterfowl resource. That's a fact, Jack. That's numbers. Those are the numbers. The General Assembly needs to be. We need to email the whole assembly. We need to email our state senators and our state reps, whatever county you're in. I am going again, probably in a community post. So if you're following me, you should be getting my community post. I'm going to put this website in, and then so y'all can get the emails that are on that website, and y'all can send them out to who you need to send them out to. The second email I got today, if I can find it. Now, this email was sent to me, and it says, "Even worse than I can imagine." That's how it was titled. The person who sent me this, that they learned today that the Broad River WMA was not flooded. Santee Delta East, Santee Delta West, Samworth, and Broad River were not flooded for the opener. That's as bad as it can get. They haven't even. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 WMAs in our state, waterfowl WMAs, that were not flooded for the opener. 4. And we're on a lottery system to get onto these Category 1 WMAs, and you can spend up to 4-5 years trying to get on one of these lottery draws, and you get picked. If you get, everybody's going for the same one, which is Santee Coastal, which is the old Georgetown Duck Club, and that's the only place it's shooting any birds. Oh, there's a few here and there, Bear Island and Cedar Island. There's a few being shot, but nothing like it should be. There's reasons for that. They don't have any managers. The only one that has a manager that I'm aware of, or that's any good, I should say, if the other ones have one, is Santee Coastal Reserve. They're the only ones that have a decent manager. Now, you're going to hear me talking about this constantly from now into Kingdom Come, especially on my live streams. I'm going to be doing more videos on these. You're going to hear me talking about it because I feel so strongly about this. DNR is not doing what they're supposed to do, and it's not the workers. Okay, it's not some of the biologists. It's not some of the workers that work there. It's definitely not the game wardens. It's the leadership. It's the leadership that has to be changed out. The only way that can be changed out is political pressure. The only way we can get political pressure is we need to come together as duck hunters, especially in our state, even out-of-state guys saying, "Hey, I'd like to come there, but I can't because y'all ain't got nothing anymore because y'all won't fix nothing." This would have been the perfect year to have water and food in our systems because of the weather that we're going to be getting. It's just starting. We should see some colder temps as we go along. It may warm up a day or two, but it's supposed to get colder temps. And this would have been the perfect time. But the dikes aren't done. They're not flooded. The grasses that are the white marsh grass and the sesbania that's growing doesn't provide ducks anything. They're doing a little bit of work, but they've had 13 years of failure. What is going on here? The only thing I can say is it's leadership. It's the leadership. Let's see here. Jeff, how you doing? Guys, if I missed you coming in, I am so sorry. Mark J. Larson, how you doing? We run straight through here. We had trickle push of ducks this past weekend. Okay. Almost all of our WMA's areas started replacing pumps a couple of months ago. Very little water here in our WMA. I heard that they're going through a drought in Oklahoma. Neil, I know I heard about that. I didn't hear about where you're at. Heads need to roll. Yes, heads need to roll. You can go on. Let me see if I can do this. If I can't, then I'm just going to have to put it on. I'm going to have to put it on something else. Where'd it go? I get so many emails. All right, guys. If you got a phone, if you're watching this on a phone or an iPad, get ready to do a snapshot picture of this. If you're not, get your phones out and just take a picture of this. I'm going to see if I can get it. Get a snapshot of that. Get a snapshot of that, guys. If you didn't get it, let me know. I'll do it again. Here's what I want you to do, and you won't hurt my feelings not one bit. Go to that website right now. Get those emails. Send them emails right now. This is how much that I'm a fight for this as hard as I can, but I can't fight hard enough unless you help me. If you want to, right now, click off of this, or if you're watching this on a video, on a laptop or your TV, get your phone, go to that website right now, email the General Assembly. If you live in South Carolina, find out who your state senators are, find out who your state representatives are, if you already don't know who they are, and email them. Email them right now. Now, I'm going to be taking that right there, and I'm going to be putting it on my community page. That way y'all can see it there. If you follow me, you should be able to get my community post. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it on my Facebook page, which is Daddy Duck 365. You can follow me on Instagram. It's going to be there. It's going to be on TikTok. And the new Threads, I think is what it's called. I don't do the Twitter. I'm on Threads. So I'm going to post it there as well. Email these people and tell them you're ticked off, that they need to either, number one, get off the pot, start fixing these things, get them fixed. This year's, you might as well say it's not going to be done in 2 weeks when the second split opens. But they've got to get it. They've got to get it done. Or, which I prefer, is a change of leadership, a full-blown change of leadership in the South Carolina DNR, period. They need people in there who want hunters. Everything is about perception and how people perceive things. We all know that. It's to the smallest to the largest thing, right? So let's go small. You see a cop in a donut shop, the first thing you think of, lazy, eating donuts, and he doesn't, he's not working. Or you see him getting a cup of coffee. The perception is that's all they do is they go somewhere and they go get a cup. That's all they're doing. All right, it's the perception that you get that the people see when they see those police officers. It's the same thing with DNR. The perception is that, number one, they don't like hunters because they're not taking care of our resource. The state doesn't own this. We own this. The people own this. They're not taking care of our resources. They don't believe in hunting. They want to get rid of waterfowl hunting. They want to get rid of the trapping. They want to do all these things and put everything into a big tourist pot so people from other states can come here and see how the old South used to be, or go down to Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head or Charlestown and look at the pretty sights. I'm telling you, that's all well and good, but our natural resources, hunting, fishing, and trapping, is in the state constitution. We have a constitutional right to hunt, fish, and trap, and they are violating that constitutional oath by not taking care of the resource, which is their mandate. Ron says, this is the way government works. Very slow. Yes, we got it. They've had 13 years to fix a lot of this stuff, and they haven't. That's way too slow. Unless they want your tax money. That's correct. Homegrown says, does anyone know the general consensus of other states as far as how many years on average it takes to get drawn? I have no idea, dude. I don't know how a lot of states, they'll have the lottery, but you draw for a blind. Some states where you get on the lottery system and you draw for an area. And for example, Tennessee, I'm just using this as an example. They will you can get on their lottery system and you draw a certain area. And in that area between the state markers, you can actually build a blind, and that's yours for the year, for the season. Now, you got to tear the blind down when you're done, but you can build a blind right there. That's one lottery system. Others, they have where you can draw. There we go. Homegrown in North Carolina, I get permits drawn every year. Some are tougher to get than others, though. You can get drawn for different. They'll have already blinds out there. You get drawn for them on certain days or what have you. If there's no shows, they pick you out of a hat, if there's a no-show. So, but I think ours is, to be quite honest, the worst. I don't like the way they do the lottery here. I wish they would emulate other states on a lot of things that they do. Hold on, I'm getting text messages, which means I've got a person that's let's see here. Maybe that wasn't.
Oh, pities.
Whoop. I'll have to look at that later. So as you can see, I mean, it's just we really need to come together as hunters. I tried to get people to come together about 3 years ago to have a meeting. Nobody wanted to show up. It took me 5 years from my first draw in South Carolina. Next year will be my fourth. Yeah, I mean, people are taking 4 or 5 years to get drawn on the lottery, because they're only putting in for 1 or 2 of the hunts. Ron Davis, Custom Calls. Hello, you made it. Hey, man, welcome in, Ron. Appreciate you coming in, brother. So there we go. I mean, you know, we got to come together. We have got to come together, and we have got to start telling them what to do. We've gone way too long. There's a handful of guys. If you're not familiar with this organization, it's free to join. It's called the Carolina Wildlife Syndicate. They're on Facebook, Carolina Wildlife Syndicate. Those guys there are all about saving our natural resources. They've got some pretty high placed people in that on that Facebook group. And they use those numbers when they go to the General Assembly. They use those numbers when they go to the Waterfowl Committee. But they'll see those people, they'll see the numbers and they'll go, yeah, okay, but where are they? Well, dadgummit, you have your meetings on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. and we're working men and women, and we can't just take off work at the last second. Do you have a Facebook account? Yes. Daddy Duck 365 Facebook. The alligator tag was 5. Okay, to clarify, the 5-year draw was a group of 4. It's a group of 4 people. Okay. The following year, we broke it up into a group of 2 in hopes for a quicker draw. Fingers crossed. My alligator tag was 5 years as well. Okay, gotcha. Hey, not a problem, Greg. Again, you can get me on TikTok and Instagram as well. Everything's under Daddy Duck 365. If you look it up, you'll find it. I ain't hard to find. But we need people, and we need emails. We need people to show up. They had Waterfowl Committee had a meeting a couple 3 weeks right before the season opened. I found out about it on a Monday night, and it was going to be Tuesday at 9:00. That's crap. That's crap. They need to have these meetings because they don't want the people. They don't want people to show up and start fussing at them because they're scared of that crap. You know what I'm saying? If I can get enough notice, I might be able to. I'd have to take a day off from work to go. But if I can get enough notice, I'll post it so that if one of y'all can want to show up or go to it, you'll be able to. Excuse me. Craig, where are you from? You said, if you said, I missed it. A Nebraska guy won the world championship this past weekend. You know, I didn't even I normally keep up with that, Jeff. Just through, like Facebook and stuff, and I missed it, all of it. I missed every last bit of it. Guys, although I don't have one of his calls yet, and I say yet, you're from Sherrall. Gotcha. Ron Davis Custom Calls. I've heard sound files on TikTok. He's got a great sounding call. Does a lot of other woodworking as well. Deer calls, grunt calls, duck, goose. Go to his Ron. If you've got a Facebook or your TikTok or whatever you have, just go ahead and post it. How people can get in touch with you. Wow, I got all kind of people now starting to follow me on Facebook. Hey, Scab, what's going on? Ron, if you're listening, just go ahead and post whatever you need for your business in the chat. That's fine with me today. It was great to see a local guy. What's going on? I tell you the truth, man. I'm just fussing about our DNR is what I'm fussing about. Um, so, yeah. I am retired and willing to do whatever. Awesome. Follow me on Facebook, and as soon as I'm assuming it'll be under the same name, I'll hit you back. Send me a message. I will chat with you, and we'll do whatever we can to put the word out. Ron Davis Custom Calls and Woodworks is on Facebook. Okay. Guys, go over there, take a look at his calls. You'll hear some sound files. Like I said, I just don't have one of his calls yet. For those of y'all know, I love collecting calls. And if you follow me on my YouTube, you know if I get a new call, I do reviews on them. Just one of the things, I like duck calls. I do. I just love duck calls. I love the history of duck hunting more than I. It's a close second. The history and all the stuff that goes with duck hunting or shooting a duck. Wow, it's so close. But I love eating them too, so that's why I shoot them. Hey, not a problem, Ron. I'm sure you would do the same for me if I asked. So what I'm getting at is we need to come together. And now I don't want to make this a private versus public, because this is not what this is. Because I'm telling you now, for you guys that hunt strictly public here in our state, if it wasn't for the private landowners, we would not have any ducks in our state. Period. No ifs and buts about it. They manage it. I'd say 99% of them manage their properties well, very well. So, you know, if it was, we wouldn't have any ducks. And this used to be one of the greatest states to hunt ducks in. It used to be the best. And over the years, it's just degraded. And back then we didn't have Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and everything else where we could come in and discuss these things. We didn't have social media. We didn't know what to do. And as now, to be honest, everybody who knows me knows I've only been in the YouTube thing for going on 4 years. So this is all new to me as well. So I've got this outlet where I can spread what little knowledge I have and tell y'all, here's what we need to do. But I implore every one of you that are in here, whether you're from South Carolina or not, email our General Assembly. South Carolina rice production has plummeted, which is a factor for the duck population dropping. Yes, yeah, 100%. We used to have, we had the rice production. Georgetown County, for those of you who don't know, Georgetown County here in South Carolina produced half of the rice in the United States in the late 1700s. Excuse me, 1800s, late 1800s. So basically right after the war between the states is when it started to drop. So, you know, and we do have some rice farmers in our state, but we do not have them like we used to. That's why we all line their shorelines. Yeah. And, you know, I was, Carolina Gold. Yes, sir. I was talking to somebody about this just yesterday. And, you know, I actually wrote it down. Let me see if I can find it on that piece of paper. Well, just threw my phone on the floor. I'm going to have to get that in a second. Guys, I tell you, I got notebooks everywhere. I'll scratch stuff down. Maybe. It was a very simple saying. Where'd it go? You talk about we're lining their shorelines on these private places, and then it doesn't become a duck hunt anymore. It becomes a pass shoot. You're not decoying ducks anymore. These ducks are going from impound to impound, and they may get up and fly around. And oh yeah, all right, Craig, take care of yourself, man. Appreciate you coming in. You will, you may have a few that work your decoys here and there, but for the most part, it's not duck hunting anymore. It's like a dove shoot over the water. Is what it ends up being. I've lost my phone. Hang on, guys. So yeah, it's now becoming it's becoming a dove shoot over water is basically what it's becoming, because we don't have foods in the public areas. And I'm not just talking about the WMAs. Now we can, getting food and getting stuff on the lakes, the grasses and whatnot, that's a different topic. That is for a different day. And let's fight one, instead of fighting 100 battles, let's fight one battle. And that one battle being the wildlife management areas. Let's fight it. Let's win it. And then we can move on to getting better habitat in our lakes, and possibly turning some of those areas into waterfowl only areas during the duck season. For those of y'all that are in South Carolina, we have a refuge system. And on our refuge down at Santee, I think it's October 1st. They don't allow any boats into the refuge after October 1st, because you can enter the refuge area by boat. So they have these signs. At October 1st, you're not allowed in a boat back here. So there's some areas that are on the lake that we should deem also waterfowl areas, no fishing from this date to that date, because you got to limit the access that goes in there, because all you're doing is bumping birds up. What birds will come to these areas? These areas need to now become waterfowl areas, and possibly either some type of vegetation or either planted or whatnot. But like I said, that is a fight for a different day. We need to fight the wildlife management areas first, the category ones. So I've said this before here, but for those of you that are new here, in South Carolina, we basically have three types of waterfowl areas. You have your category 1, which is a lottery system. You have your cat 2, which is a waterfowl area, but it's only open on certain days. And then you have your open to the public, which it is completely 100% open 300, throughout the whole season, the whole year. You can hunt, fish, whatever in those areas. And there's a lot of ducks that go up there. We may need to constrict that a little bit, but again, that's a different fight. I am Greenhead. You take care of yourself, man. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, you're 100% right. There's very few actual hunters and fishermen that are in our state wildlife agencies. They're bureaucrats. I know that for a fact. There's no getting around that. I know things that I can't discuss about certain things, and none of them are sportsmen. Oh yeah, they may go on a high dollar dove shoot every now and then, or get invited to these high dollar duck hunts, or get invited to go fish a private pond. But for that's all, that's all goat rope. I mean, that's all that is. Dog and pony shows, we used to say in the Marine Corps. And don't mean no hill of beans. Anti, what's going on, brother? If you came in earlier and I missed you, I'm sorry. I just saw your post now. Your honey holes are all dried up. Oh, that's not good. The hatchery is no fishing. I thought could be wrong, but there's not much keeping birds there neither. Ask me how I know, because you were probably there last weekend. Well, there's several hatcheries. I mean, you've got the Jack Creek hatchery, you got the Potato Creek hatchery, you got Tawkaw hatchery. I mean, they're great. They're good places to hunt. It's just they will get packed in quick. And those are certain category 2 areas. Jack's Creek, I don't believe, is category 2. I know Potato Creek and Tawkaw are. If you can still even hunt in Tawkaw, it's been so long since I've been up there. But and there's only certain days that you can hunt it. And yeah, so we need more of those types of areas that take the fishermen out of the game. And it's not like I'm trying to hurt the fishermen at all, but the fact of the matter is we're given 60 days. That's it. And if you're a weekend warrior, you only got the weekends. And now you got we've all had, if you've duck hunted on public land before, in public water where it's open, you more than likely have had somebody come through your decoys fishing. I've had it a lot of times, and you yell at them and they look at you and say, well, there ain't no ducks flying. Well, they're not going to fly now. How would you like it if I started shooting the water in front of you, or running my boat in circles around you? You wouldn't like that at all, So, I just think there needs to be some more areas. But like I said, that's a different fight. That is a different fight, and we need to get to that later. You can't fight. You got to pick one and go after that. And that's what we're trying to do, is go after the Cat 1s and get those back up and running. When you have Broad River WMA not flooded, you got Santee East, Santee West not flooded, you've got Samworth not flooded. I mean, where do you? I mean, it's just crazy. And I'll be coming out with another video, hopefully this week. I actually got to put it together. I got to get behind the camera. It's gonna be this week or next week, but I got to get behind the camera and do some of this stuff because, and if you see it, by all means, I mean, go back into my history and look up the 2 videos that I did. One was on the Samworth WMA, and that was the latest one I did. And the one before that was done last February, is duck hunting over with in South Carolina, or I think that was the title. And go get and watch those videos. And there's 2 videos. Each one of those videos has a link to another video. So, of course, watch all mine, but then go to that second video, watch it. And if you have Facebook or whatever, share that out to your people. Share that out to your people. Let your Facebook people, the people that follow you, let them know what's going on. And then email the General Assembly and then get them to come over here. Get them to come follow me, and let's get my numbers up, especially during these live streams. And I'm going to be doing all these throughout the duck season and into the off season. I usually run every Monday night at 8:00. Call your people now. Call them right now. I mean, if you have to get off the phone to get more people to come over here, I'm going to be here to 10:00 Eastern Standard Time. So we got about another hour. Get them to come over. Listen to what I got to say. Ask questions. Put their input into my comments. I do have a couple of people that are watching this who are not commenting. I know they're here. They're writing down comments from you guys so that they can say, here is a list of people who are saying, y'all are screwed up. You know what I'm saying? And they want, we have got to get a more united front. I probably just lost about half of you when I said that, but that's okay. Somebody asked me the other day if I was scared, if I was nervous. I said, no, I'm not nervous, not one bit. Well, what if DNR comes and talks to you? I said, let them come and talk. They know that they are wrong. They know it. They know it deep down in their hearts they're wrong. They all know it. There's too many people from there who said this to me. They're wrong. I'm not talking about the workers. I'm not talking about the worker bees. I'm talking about the bureaucrats, the ones that the leadership. They know they're wrong. And I think they have a hidden agenda. Call me a conspiracy theorist if you want. I'm telling you, past 13 years, it has gone downhill on these WMAs. Downhill, quick. And we have got to stop it. We have got to put pressure on our politicians to get them removed and put new leadership in who are outdoorsmen, who are hunters, fishermen, trappers, and want to protect the natural resource for the citizens of the state of South Carolina. A second draw on private land. See, here we go again. Nothing against Ed Paul. I know Ed Paul. But so what are they going to do? Put you on a SCWA corn pond with released mallards? Is that what they're talking about? I mean, come on. I couldn't tell you. I can tell you. I have never put in for a lottery hunt. Never. I don't hunt the WMAs. And I'm so that ought to tell you something about me. I don't hunt the WMAs, but yet I want to protect them. I want to get them back up to standard because I know how vital they are. I know how these public areas, how vital they are to the ducks in our state. I'll send it in a message the first I've heard of this draw. Oh, yeah, do that for me. You know how to get in touch with me. You still should have my phone number somewhere. Unless you got mad and deleted it. But they do nothing because there is no pressure on them to fix things. That is 100% correct. Our game and park commissioners are appointed by our governor. Same here. It's appointed by the politicians. They need exactly. I mean, it's just like every other government entity. They put more and more regulations on things, and the worse it gets because they don't know how to do it. That's the thing. They don't know how. And I'm not saying that higher education is a bad thing, but you know what? There are some things that experience, just living it outweighs a degree. Period. I'm not saying I would be the better choice, by no means. But there are a lot of guys who know how to farm and know how to manage wildlife. That's the first thing I thought. I'll send you. Yeah, send it. I'd like to see it. That's what I'm saying. Oh, South Carolina, so sorry we couldn't get you on this draw, so we're going to put you on a. I tell you what, we'll put you on an SCWA hunt and let you go into a flooded cornfield, and shoot some ducks that we have pinned up in the back. Give me a break. Give me a break. That was 2 phones ago. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's. And by the way, I still have the same phone. It's been thrown around and beat up, but I still have my same phone. Yeah. Anyway, y'all want me still on the same soapbox, or you want me to get off and go to another one? I've just had enough, guys. I've absolutely 100% have had enough of the way things are being run here. And I know it's all over the country, and I know every state has their issues. I ever tell you a story about the condos that wanted me to do a coyote removal? Oh my Lord. No, I don't believe you ever did. But you know, I've had it. I've now got a few people in my pocket. No, I shouldn't say in my pocket because they're not in my pocket, but I got some people who know more about what's going on, ins and outs, and they're sending me information. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And are you nervous about, would you be nervous? Would you be afraid? I don't know. Afraid of what? Somebody coming here and telling me to cease and desist, and I'm going to tell them, nope, I have a First Amendment right. I am a media outlet. Over 400 videos, a couple thousand subscribers, roughly, if you add all my social media together, so right at 5,000. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I'm the worst. But there is, you know. All right, Ron, you take care of yourself, man. God bless you too. Get with me sometime, man. Give me a holler. Let's try to figure something out. But no, I ain't afraid of them. Bring them. What I say. Because all I'm doing is telling the. Whoops. I hope I'm still here. I just had I guess they trying to shut my power off, guys. A little bleep in the system. Had a little bleep in the system as soon as I said that. That's funny. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but I had a little thing go on. I didn't lose power, but I lost internet for about a half a second. They're trying to shut me down. Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. They're trying to shut me down. If any of y'all saw that, please let me know in the chat. Because that was funny. As soon as I said that, man, my internet just dropped. That's funny. Well, we're going to be talking about this quite often here. Let's see here. We're going to be talking about this. Sorry about that. I have my laptop running, and then I have my iPad running because I get messages faster because this is straight YouTube on my iPad, and what I'm streaming through is StreamYard. So it takes it a second or two, and I can get my messages first over here. It was last year, and the manager, wardens, and the residents were all in for it. Called the sheriff. He was good with it. Then called the city PD, and oh boy, you stirred up a hornet's nest. Give me money for my campaign, and I will put you in the advisory board. You running for office, Greg? Yeah, that advisory board. If you're familiar with it, there's two advisory boards going on right now. One is the normal waterfowl advisory board, and the other one is supposed to be overseeing the increase in our state stamp or state permit or whatever to waterfowl hunt, to make sure that money is going to where it's supposed to. At least you're trying to make something happen for your state, and that's what's needed. Just on Instagram might be a good conversation for a live. All right. It all is. Yeah, it is. You're right, Greg. It's all bull. I would not be good in politics because I'll tell people how I feel. I will tell them straight up. And that's not what you need. But we as the citizens, we need to tell these people, like I said, either get off the pot and start getting this stuff done, or go find another job. Because I'm telling you, if this was a private entity, they'd have been fired a long time ago. Police chief threatened to arrest me if I even brought up the trap into the city about a month ago. Sure as hell, big news story about a couple of dogs being attacked while on a leash. Yeah. That's because they're supposed to have a animal control officer who is supposed to be doing all that crap and probably don't know how to do it to begin with. Probably some retiree that's never stepped foot in the woods. Just on Instagram might be a good conversation for a live. I wonder how this conversation would fare on TikTok as well. Just out of curiosity. Police spokesman was on the news saying they didn't know why it happened. Yeah, that's again. Yep, they just don't understand. Should be for the people, not for thyself. Exactly. You know, Jeff, is Campbell Cox still on the board? I have no idea, Greg. I have no idea who's on the new board. I asked some people for a list, and I have not. Nobody's got back with me. Salt Creek Custom Ammunition. What's up, Keith? Yo, me and my dad burning the midnight oil. All right, because he's here, and I did talk about him earlier. And I've said this before. I have been shooting their ammo this year. Even though I have a case of Boss behind me, I have been shooting their ammo, especially their bismuth. And guys, I shoot a 16 gauge, and I've been shooting their number 7 bismuth at ducks. And I am telling you, I am wrapping them up. That number 7 is wrapping those ducks. Every duck I have shot, I have yet to have to do a follow up on them. So if you get a chance, and I'm trying to catch up on, I'm trying to read these comments as I go. But if y'all get a chance, y'all really need to go over to Salt Creek Custom Ammunition on Facebook, Instagram. Jeff, I believe, shoots their ammunition as well. I love their 16 gauge number 7s. I do have some 5s, 2s, and 4s for later on in the season, but I have been shooting. Matter of fact, I am out of the number 7 bismuth. I have shot them all, and I have wrapped up a bunch of ducks with these shells. They also make TSS, and I have some number 9 TSS for my 16 gauge that I am taking on my very first swan hunt here in a couple weeks. Let's see here. There's a few fellows on SC Duck Hunt page that are advocating for us public hunters. Sounds like they've been to meetings. The South Carolina Duck Hunt page. Is that South Carolina Duck Hunters on Facebook? And sounds like they've been to meetings and have a bunch of contact info as well. May post this on there to help. Thank you. Yeah. Grab those videos. Grab those 2 videos that I did, and throw it over there. My videos get banned on TikTok. Why show a shotgun or dead bird? I've had some taken off, and I've had some that weren't. I can't figure it out. I think it's just a matter of time for me and TikTok before they just ban my channel altogether. So, is that SC Duck Hunters page? send me a link or message me a link. I'm pretty sure I'm on those pages, but send me a link anyway. And if you want to, dude, send them my videos. Put my videos on there. Share them over there, because we've got to get people involved. We've got to get people involved. Yeah, yep. I'm gonna be up near Washington, somewhere up that way. Washington and Plymouth. Yeah, I don't understand how that TikTok works. I mean, I've seen guys who post ducks and guns and whatnot, and then nothing happens to them, and then all of a sudden I post one basically the same thing, and then mine gets banned. How do you like the Go Devil boat? I absolutely love it. Derrickson Keller, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time in here, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. That helps the algorithm out a whole lot, and I would appreciate it. I really would appreciate it. Let me know where you're from, dude. I like to know where people are from. But I absolutely love my Go Devil boat and motor. I have been running a Go Devil now for 25 years, maybe. Maybe even longer than that. Yeah, I've been running them. I love mine. They're not fast. They don't claim to be fast. I don't want fast. I want torque. And even though I've had to replace some stuff and do some work to the motor, you know, most of the time it's because I didn't do maintenance and it tore up. Things get away from you. But I love mine. I'll put it to you like this. I will never, I'm not saying I'll never own another traditional outboard, because I would like to have one. But as far as duck hunting goes, I will always have a mud motor and a mud boat. And more than likely, unless a company wants to sponsor me with a new boat, new motor, mud boat and motor, I will always run a Go Devil. That would be the only way that I would change, is if somebody was to sponsor me. That's the only way. You're from Delaware. Wow. How's your duck season going? Is it still in, or have y'all closed up for the season? How's that working out for you? I've never been to Delaware. I've never hunted up there. Yeah, I've never even been there, just to even visit. Where are you at now, Scab? I'll be up there on the 15th. And I'll probably be in Washington, is where I'm going to stage out of. I'll be there the 15th, spend the night, hunt the 16th, and then I'm leaving right after the hunt. Yeah, I showed two mergansers that we shot one day. Where Our November season just ended. We have the big season from December 9th to January 31st. Awesome. Let's see. Mostly, I would assume mostly mallards and black ducks if that y'all be getting up that way. Dude, I'm sorry to hear about that, Scab. I am sorry to hear about that, man. I did not know. Our prayers go out to you and your family. If you posted it earlier today, I missed it, and I'm sorry about that. Our prayers go out to you and your family. We'll be thinking about you tonight. I'll tell you, speaking of Delaware, I'll tell you a story real quick. It was our September early teal. You get some pintails too. Awesome. Our early September season, I was down on our coast in South Carolina, and I was coming home, and I had to get on I-95, and I'm headed north on I-95, headed home. And you know, when I'm driving, unless somebody calls me, I don't even look at my phone because, you know, texting and driving and all that stuff. Anyway, I get back to the house. I get the boat put up, get decoys put up, dog. I had to wash the dog because she was muddy from the salt marsh. And I finally sat down. We didn't shoot anything. Saw a lot of ducks, by the way. Just none wanted to play with us. But I sat down, I was scrolling through messages, and I actually had somebody pass me who was from Delaware and said, "Hey, I saw," they even took a picture of my truck and boat. And I said, you know, the first thing I said, "Man, I wish you'd have honked your horn and maybe motioned to pull over or something." Because, you know, I always have decals and stuff like that in the truck, you know, and I would have been more than happy to sit down and talk with them and pass out some decals and whatnot. But if that was you, it'd be really cool that you're here. But that's that's the only interaction that I know of I've ever had from Delaware. Homegrown, you originally from South Jersey? I did not know that. I knew there was something wrong with you. I just didn't know what it was. Now I do. Just kidding, Bo. Just kidding. No, I ain't. I always tell people if I don't like them, I don't pick on them. But let's see here. Yep. We talk about Tacticam. In case you don't know, I've been having some. A lot of my videos are early morning. Of course, if you duck hunt, you know the best time of the flight is right at shooting time for the next 30 minutes. It's generally your best. And GoPros just don't pick up the lighting and the ducks that are coming in. And I had a jam up hunt Thursday, and I was using a Tacticam on my gun. Unfortunately, I thought it was turned on, but it was not. And anyway, so I had a lot of dark video, and that's one of the biggest complaints that I have is the video is too dark, you can't see. But I have been playing around with the Tacticam, and I have noticed that it picks up, it allows a lot more light into it. So with that said, I'm hoping to get some new Tacticams here soon to use in lieu of my GoPros. They do make certain mounts that are what they call GoPro adaptable, so you just put the mount on the Tacticam, and you can put it to any of your other GoPro mounts. So I don't have to buy all new stuff. We're in Delaware. No, actually, I don't remember that movie. Actually, I don't know that one. So I'm hoping to get some, and because it's all about you guys. I mean, seriously, it's the reason I have this channel is for you guys. I want to entertain you as best I can with hunts and information like I've been giving out today on our WMAs and whatnot, and that kind of thing. And I want to be entertaining for you, but I want to give you good quality stuff. I self film everything. I wish I had a cameraman. I wish I had made the money that I could hire a cameraman. Because I'm telling you, there's some silly stuff that goes on that does not get recorded on my hunts. We've been there long enough to become a born again. Man, there is no such thing as a born again Southerner. You can eat all the grits and drink all the sweet tea that you can stand, but Wayne and Garth on the green screen. Wayne and Garth. Oh, y'all got me, dude. I don't know what I don't know. That's I don't know that one. I don't know that one. If it don't have John Wayne in it or Randolph Scott or those guys, I don't know who does what. That will be March. Jeff, I can only do one of those a year, man. But the next birthday bash is going to be in March. I've been thinking about doing I'll tell you what I've been wanting to do is a live stream while I'm in the field while we're hunting. The problem is I'm in places where I don't have any internet. I mean, I just don't have any signal. Wayne's World movie. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it. I don't think I've ever watched it. I may have got a couple of clips that I've seen, but I mean, seriously, guys, I watch the old westerns and the old World War II movies, and if I'm not watching them, I'm on YouTube now. But if I'm not on any of that, I like to watch anything that has to do with duck hunting. So whether it's Duck Commander or R&T or Echo or Mossy Oak or any of those, I'll watch them. Let's do a New Year's Eve party. Man, shoot. What day is New Year's Eve? What day does that come on? That's a Sunday. I may have to work the first. And if I'm not, I'm hunting. If I'm not, I'm hunting. I can only do those parties when I don't have nothing to do the next day. Oh. The last one wasn't so bad, but that first one that I did, man, I'm going to tell you something. I hurt for 2 days after that. Hey, Marine, stay quiet. The last day of the year. Y'all kiss my rebel butt. But yeah, I can only do those once a year, man. And definitely not during the duck season. Ain't no way. Because if I got a day off, I'm gonna try to be duck hunting somewhere. Let's see here. We talked about Tacticans. We talked about WMAs. We got dirt roads and farm fields. I will tell you this. I have always wanted to hunt up that way, especially for in Barnegat Bay and in that area, just for the history. I know there's a lot of waterfowling history there. I really do. I know there's a lot. And I would love to go up there and hunt. Just because of the history. And I know there's a lot of, I think isn't there a museum up there as well? Waterfowl Museum? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'd love to go up there and hunt. I wish that I could. I guess it's like what do you call it? Bucket list is to, for 4 years running, hunt the flyways. Atlantic Flyway 1 year, Mississippi, Central, and then Pacific. Funny, every year around November 10th, my liver starts hurting almost like it's preparing for something. Yeah, mine too. Mine too, dude. Mine too. I shut the lights off and locked the doors. Run through the house singing the Marine Corps hymn. In case any of y'all that don't realize what's going on, both me and Scab are in the Marine Corps, so and November 10th is the birthday of the Marine Corps, and we celebrate it. Let's see here. Well, we got about 30 minutes or so why don't I open it up and for questions? Ask me some stuff about duck hunting or whatever. Like to hear. Tell me how y'all are doing, or how your season went, your first season went. Did you get a chance to go? Did you not get a chance to go? How are things going? Like I said, I think it may not have been the best opener, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining like it did. It was a whole lot better this year than it has been last year. Now the North Carolina trips in October were not as good as were last year. I will say that last year I shot nothing but mallards last year, and this year has been a kind of common. We shot mallards, teal, and wood ducks. Every Marine in the world was born on the same day. You got that right. We were assembled from spare parts. Single or double reader doesn't matter. Man, that is such a loaded question, to be honest. I like both. Double reads are more forgiving, in my opinion. But if you learn to blow on a single read, you can blow any call out there. But if you learn to blow on a double read, you have a harder time with a single read. I think a single read sounds more natural than a double read. It's more guttural, in my opinion. So you can get those low and raspy notes out of it, whereas a double read, you're going to get a higher pitched, but you're louder because it doesn't take much air, generally speaking. Same thing with a triple read. Triple read doesn't take much air at all, and you can really get loud with it, and then drop it down to getting low. I carry one of each on my lanyard as far as the J frame is concerned, but I do carry 2 cut downs, and they're both single reeds. So, but I like both of them, to be quite honest. Let's see here. Got an email, I think. Yeah, it says I didn't see the link on your live stream, but I did show it. So if you're listening, I did show it off my phone. I could not get it to link it. Let me see if I can. It's a little too late. I got to get it linked and put it into a banner. Is what I need to do. But it was just an email I got from one of the guys, and he was asking me. He didn't see the link, but y'all, those who've been here all night, know that I showed it off my phone. Y'all hopefully took snapshots of it. If you didn't, let me know, and I'll show it again. But I do think we got people. I got several people in here that are from South Carolina who are going to hopefully get in contact with me in the next couple of days. And we're going to sit down and talk, get that link put out, and get something written up and sent. I have more control on a single reed call myself. I do too. I think I do. Do you whistle on birds? Yes. I have a 6-in-1 duck commander whistle, and I use it a lot, especially if I've got other duck callers with me. If they're blowing a mallard call, I may take that whistle and use it as a mallard drake call. If they're blowing a mallard call, I may hit a pintail or a widgeon, just to kind of bump it up, just to give it so the birds are hearing something different. Especially if we've got the species in our decoys, which I normally do. I normally run a multi-species decoy with mallards, black ducks, widgeon, and pintails and teal right now. I want some gadwalls. I want those heyday gadwalls. If anybody wants to super chat me about $150, I'd appreciate it, because I definitely want them gadwall decoys. And Lord help them if they ever put wood duck decoys out. I'm gonna tell you now, I will buy a dozen of those wood duck decoys from Heyday. But yeah, I do a lot of. I like my co-caller to whistle. Also sounds natural. I think it does. I have a couple guys that don't or can't or won't blow a mallard call, and I normally carry an extra whistle in my bag. So, and I'm like, here, put this around your neck, and I'll show them how to do it, and let them hit the whistle. Scab, I'll take a look at that in a minute, okay? But yeah, I like to mix it up. I like to mix it up a lot between a mallard call, my wood duck calls, my whistles, a gadwall call. I will mix it up. I think I'm the only person that I hunt with that has a gadwall call. I don't have any gab-all decoys, but even with that said, I'll still blow it. Give it that. I just think it sounds more natural. Can you call a wood duck, or are they come into the hole anyway? Yes and no. Yes and yes, or yes and no. Yes, you can call a wood duck into your decoys, either by flying or having them swim in. I've done it way too many times. I know a lot of people, especially mallard purists, don't believe it, but and I'm not saying it works every time, because it doesn't. It's just like a regular duck call. A regular mallard call doesn't always bring the ducks in. Unless you have a continuous a migration day where you've got new ducks coming in every 10 minutes. Even a mallard call doesn't always bring them in, and we all know that. It's the same thing with a wood duck. So dude, I wish those GoPros were working the other day, or if you got that low light, because we had in 30 minutes, we had well over 50 wood ducks literally turn when we hit the calls and about broke their necks trying to get into the hole. And they were flying away from us when we hit them. The thing about calling wood ducks is not only the calls, but motion in your decoys. And I'm not talking about mojos. I think mojos scare wood ducks. I really do. And I don't like a mojo spinning wing in the decoys. But jerk strings, wobblers, the butt up quiver ducks, the little flicker flocker deals that just kind of move water around with maybe a little bit of a flash up under something. You combine all that with your calling, and I have seen wood ducks literally do backflips to get in. Last Thursday, I passed up on probably 15, 20 birds that were too close to shoot. I could not. I'd have been shooting my pattern size. My pattern size would have been that big. That's how close they were. If I had a trout dip net, I'd have caught more birds with that than actually shooting them. But does it work all the time? No, it doesn't. It's just like anything else. It just sometimes they just don't want to be there. And then there are days where that's where they want to be. The hole that we hunt on Thursday is a flyover hole, and they are going to fly over it. You will occasionally get one or two that will swing in on their own and light into that hole, but it's very rare. It's a flyover. They're coming from roost, and they're heading actually to a impoundment that's not too far down that creek. And some private land. And if I can get those ducks, like I said, wood ducks, to fly over, I'm hitting a call, and they do a wide swing, and they'll act just like mallards. They'll swing and they'll swing and they'll swing, and then all of a sudden they'll break down and they'll come through the trees. And that right there is the reason why I am going to get rid of those GoPros and go to Tacticams. It's all about money right now, and of course Christmas is coming up and everything's tight, and of course with our economy and everything else, everything is just tight. Tacticams run you about $150 a pop, which is about $100 to almost $200 cheaper than a GoPro, and they allow more light in, and you can run them off. You can run all your Tacticams off of a single remote if you buy the remote. Plus, they come with wide angle lenses, which will allow more light in. So if I could get to that hole and set up one camera looking down one way and set up one camera looking down the other way, kind of angled up a little bit, you will see these ducks just absolutely, you'll hear us calling and you'll probably see them in the background and you'll see them break down and come in. What the heck is going on here? What is going on here? Why? Oh, my iPad is showing something different than what's showing. All right, question. Y'all still got me? There was something totally different on. Okay. All right. There was just something totally different on my iPad. I don't know if it was that glitch I had earlier, but oh well. I've been hacked, guys. I've been hacked. DNR is trying to get me. I'm trying to mess my stuff up. I think, honestly, I think if I can, like I said, if I can, yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, really. DNR hide. If I can get these new cameras, I'm pretty sure that I can get the quality. I mean, I would love to sit there. I mean, our plan is to go back to that hole later on in the year, because we generally just hunt it 2 or 3 times a year anyway. And the first time we hunt it is on Thanksgiving Day. That's no one hunts it before then. It's a Thanksgiving Day. It's called the holiday hole, and that's where we go. And there's a group of us, 3, 4 guys. That's it. You could put more people in it, but seriously, just 3 or 4 of us go there every year. It's got natural foods in it. There's nothing else in there. It's got natural food. And like I said, it's a flyover. It is literally a flyover hole. But ever since we started hunting it and using jerk strings and calling, because I told those guys it would work, and they never believed me until we did it. Now everybody carries a jerk string, and a couple of decoys on the outside just to kind of, see, they can see movement in the water, and utilizing that wood duck call works each and every time. What's the difference in the GoPro type camera? All right, so I can't show you the Tacticam because it's on one of my guns, and I can't show a gun on a live stream, unfortunately. Sorry. But Jeff, I will take it off for my next live and I will show you. But a GoPro, it's just a little square box. It has a fisheye lens. All right. So it's kind of distorted anyway. But it doesn't allow, it's like any other camera. The better your lens is, the bigger your lens, and the better your lens is, the more light it allows into the camera. So in low light conditions, you can get better quality video. With a GoPro, it doesn't have that good of a lens. It's great in daytime. No ifs and buts about it. It's great in daytime. But in the early light, that early morning light, it doesn't allow enough light. All right, Charles, have a good one, buddy. It doesn't allow enough light to in so you can see. And imagine 30 minutes before daylight, legal shooting time. You can see the ducks with your naked eye. You can see them. and you probably can see them pretty good. The camera doesn't. But with a Tacticam, the lens is better. It allows more light. Therefore, you see a lot better. The camera sees it a lot better. And it has a low light setting. So I can actually set it for the low light setting. And as it gets as daylight comes, I can drop that down to normal setting, a normal lighting setting, or even a bright lighting setting. It's just going to give me better pictures. It's going to give me better video. And like I said, they're about $150, which is not bad. Saying, I mean, for the camera is great. I mean, no, Tacticam costs less than a GoPro. A GoPro 8 will run you close to $300, if not more, depending on where you get it, unless you get it on sale. A Tacticam is going to run you about $150, give or take about $150. You can get them on sale certain times of year, but and I didn't check today. I mean, it's Cyber Monday today, so places like Bass Pro, Cabela's, Shields, those types of places, they're the ones that sell it. Another thing is, I found this out today because I talked to the guys at Tacticam today. And actually, his name was Matt as well. And I said, listen, when I go on your website, I don't see anything about your POV cameras, your point of view cameras. All I see is your trail cams. And they are redoing the website, and that'll be coming back probably after the first of the year. So until then, if you're interested in a Tacticam, the gun mount, to put on your gun or bow, if you want something like that, then you need to go like Bass Pro Shop, Max Prairie Wing, Shields, Cabela's, places like that. Rogers, quite sure Academy Sports may have them. I've seen them as low as $133. But they're generally about $149. You can on a Tacticam, if you get the right mount, you can wear them in your head, which would be actually on the side, because it's a cylinder. Okay, it's a cylinder. It's about yay long, give or take. So it won't fit on top like this. So most people wear them on the side. But they're made to put on the barrel of your gun. You can get the mounts to mount them onto gooseneck clamps and stuff like that so you can attach them to tree limbs and so you can get a steady base, or put them on a tripod, or even a monopod or a bipod or something as well. I know one YouTuber, you might want to check him out. It's called Triple R Outdoors. And I have learned a lot about Tacticams through his YouTubes. And he videos strictly with Tacticam. All of his videos, and he's a duck hunter, deer hunter, turkey hunter. Everything is off of Tacticam. Everything. And he's got different mounts, but you can get the app put on your phone, and you can set up a tripod and have your Tacticam up top and your camera, sitting like this, and you can actually watch what your camera's seeing through your app, which I think is a pretty cool idea. Whatever video that I take on my Tacticam automatically goes into my camera feed on my camera. So if I want to take those clips and say, put it as a YouTube short or a TikTok short or a Instagram short or reel or Facebook, I can do it right off my phone, but I can also take the SD card out and upload it into my computer, and then I can put them on my YouTube videos. I mean, there's so much you can do with these things. The only, I wouldn't say it's an issue, but it is, whereas a GoPro is square, these are long. So excuse me. Oh, I mean, that would be the only thing that I would say. I wish it was, but if it wasn't that length, I don't think you'd be able to get the type of a good enough lens in it to capture those low light conditions. And that's, and I plan on hopefully by next season, I'm gonna have at least four, maybe five. That way I can do point of views. I can put the wide angle lens on them so you can see big areas, clearer, lower light. Have one pointed at me when we're hunting, or pointed at the group when we're hunting. Maybe even loan it out to one of my buddies, put it on their shotgun so they can, capture some of that shooting footage, so we can have multiple footage. You can there's a lot that you can do with the Tacticam. A lot more than you can do with a GoPro. All right, Mark, take care of yourself, man. So that's one of the things I want to do that for you guys, because it's, just I want y'all to see better videos. I really do. So, all right. Any other quick questions? We've been on here for 2 hours. I'm getting tired. I worked all day. I got to work tomorrow. I know a lot of you guys are needing to go to work as well. Again, if you're new in here, this is your first time, do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up button for me. It would be greatly appreciated. It helps with the algorithm, and so more people can see what's going on. Watch a lot more of my videos. I hate to say it that way, but this line of work, unless you're getting thousands and thousands of views a day, it's pretty tough. So I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Everything is under Daddy Duck 365. I hope y'all have a great week. I hope you have a safe week. I hope you're able to still be able to walk after this past weekend on Thanksgiving. I have to go study the inside of my eyelids. Good evening. I sent you my phone number. Got you, Greg. I'll give you a text tomorrow. So anyway, guys, I hope y'all have a great week. And we will see y'all next time on Daddy Duck 365. Good night, everybody.